Hey guys, in today's video, we will be discussing 5 IELTS reading academic tips that will help you score a high band in your IELTS exam. If you want to know about these tips, then continue watching because these tips are guaranteed to help you in your IELTS reading section. Just a little bit about myself. My name is Miss Wafa and I'm a certified English language teacher in Canada. I've helped coach students in the IELTS exam for the past 7 years, so I decided to start this YouTube channel to help you with your IELTS exam. If you like this video, then please subscribe to my channel because I put out content every Friday with lots of tips and strategies and all the different sections of the IELTS exam. So let's get right into it. Let me show you the 5 IELTS reading academic tips that will help you. So the first one we are going to talk about is something called skimming and scanning. So skimming and scanning is a technique people use when they are reading a document or a passage. Skimming and scanning pretty much means that you are not reading the passage word for word. Rather, you are looking for highlights or the big general overview of the passage. However, for the IELTS reading passages, you have to first locate certain keywords from the question bank that they give you that will help you locate these highlighted keywords in the passage. And this will help you save lots of time, tons of time. You will make sure you get through all your reading passages, and it's a very important concept that you need to exercise and learn about before exam day. So if you're wondering, how am I going to learn about skimming and scanning? There are many ways that will help you. So the first I would say is pretty much start reading passages. And while you are reading the passages, try to skim and scan certain paragraphs maybe, and then go back and read that entire paragraph to see if you had the same understanding when you skimmed and scanned the article versus reading it word for word. Once you do that, you will get familiar with skimming and scanning, and this will help you for test day. So let's talk about number 2. So number 2 is you need to understand how the IELTS grading works for the reading section. So guys, for the IELTS reading section, you will be given 1 mark for every right answer, and obviously a wrong answer would be a wrong score. So what I recommend you to do is, even if you don't know the answer for certain questions, then take a guess, guys. You have nothing to lose. Rather, you have 1 chance to get the right answer. So definitely give it a shot. You never know, and wish for the best. So I highly recommend that you understand the grading score, what type of questions you will be given, and things like this. Definitely check out my description box down below because I have linked other IELTS reading section videos that will help you understand the different question types, how to prepare skimming and scanning techniques. So let's talk about the third tip. So the third tip I have for you, guys, you probably heard about this multiple times, but it's very important that you start reading 20 minutes a night. Every night, guys. Choose a topic that you are interested in. It doesn't necessarily have to be IELTS passages. You could choose anything from articles to passages to news articles, even. Choose a topic of discussion you are interested in, because this will help you build on your vocabulary, guys. Building on your vocabulary is so important, because on test day, you will not be confused about certain words, number one. And number two, building on your vocabulary will make you a better writer, especially in the IELTS writing section. So number 4, guys, the number 4 tip I have for you is, when you are practicing, you do not need to limit yourself to only practicing IELTS reading from IELTS reading material. What I mean by this is, let me just finish this sentence. What I mean by this is, you don't need to practice for the IELTS reading section just by doing IELTS mock tests all day. Give yourself different options, guys, especially choose reading passages that you have some sort of interest in the topic, or else you will be bored out of your mind, and you won't even be thinking halfway through the passage. So if you give yourself an opportunity to explore different types of reading passages, go on Google Scholar, go on news articles. This will give you a chance to become familiar with IELTS reading passages that you may get on test day. Especially in the academic exam, you will be getting a lot of IELTS academic reading level passages. So I highly recommend that you look at Google Scholar for different articles of any interest you have, and try to read it, try to understand it, try to skim and scan, point out vocabulary words. If you don't know certain vocabulary words, make an effort to look it up in the dictionary, and this will definitely help you enhance in your English language. So the 5th tip I have for you is that you need to understand the format of the IELTS exam, IELTS reading exam. This is so important, guys, because on test day, you want to make sure that you have a general idea of what type of passages you should expect, what type of question types you may get, and you need to know what questions go in order and what question types do not go in order. If you aren't sure about this, then check out my description box down below. I have linked another video I put out explaining what type of questions go in order and which ones do not. These are very important to know, because this will save you a ton of time on test day when you are looking for the certain answers in the passage. You will know that in paragraph 1, you will find the answer to question 1, and in paragraph 2, you will find the answer to question 2. Or if the question type doesn't go in order, you may find the answer to question 1 in paragraph 3, and the answer to question 3 in paragraph 1. So you see what I'm saying here? It's going to save you a ton of time if you understand what type of reading questions go in order versus which ones do not. So guys, let's talk about 5 steps you should take when you are handed your IELTS reading passages, and what you should do step by step. So step 1 is that you need to figure out, So step one is you need to figure out if the questions go in order. So guys, remember I discussed what does it mean when the questions go in order? Questions go in order means you will be able to locate the certain answers and certain paragraphs. So let's write step one here. So what's step two? So once you figure out if the questions go in order or not, you need to go straight to the questions and highlight potential keywords you think So you need to go to the questions and highlight keywords you think you may find in the passage. Step 3. Pay attention to the language throughout the passage. The reason why you need to pay attention to the language throughout the passage, guys, is because there's going to be a lot of synonym language used throughout the passage. So you need to figure out the keywords, and those keywords may be written in synonym form throughout the passage. So you need to be very, very wary of that because you will not find the exact same words in the passage that you have received in the questions. So let's talk about step 4 now. Step 4 is you need to double check the sentences where you think the answer is located. What I mean by this is that when you think you found the answer in a particular sentence, you need to continue reading because, guys, sometimes in the IELTS reading section, you are being tricked in thinking you just located the answer in this sentence, but it's actually in another sentence. So you want to make sure that you are able to figure out which sentence the answer is in. So last but not least, guys, is step 5 is you need to continue skimming throughout the passage, as I mentioned, to double check that the answer you thought was in sentence 2 is actually not in sentence 4. So keep skimming. So keep skimming the entire passage, finish it, and then you figure out the answer. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel because, as I mentioned, I put out content every Friday to help you on your IELTS journey. And check out my website at eslwords.com. If you want to check out how you could practice for skimming and scanning, then check out my other video I have linked above that will help you become a pro at skimming and scanning.